I'm the host of the most. Actually, I'm not the host today. But y'all know what it is. This is Judea at One Nation Israelite School. And your host today is
Solomon the Benjamite.
Alright, child. We going through well, I kind of let Solomon explain to y'all what we're doing. This is part of his study routine. I just happen to be joining in tonight.
Most high Christ. Yes, sir. How it is out there, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters of the nation of Israel. Tonight, what we're going to get into is a history and a couple of scripts of how we study. Myself, when I study along, I get into Isaiah when I read those scriptures. And with my wife, my rib, we get into Leviticus, but we started from Genesis. Then now we're at Leviticus. So we just want y'all to join along with us.
All right, there you have it. So you know what I'm saying? This is what the Bible talks about. You know what I'm saying? Come study, you know what I'm saying? See, I can he's strong at this thing. He can read this thing. He can read chapters upon chapters upon chapters upon chapters. Yes, I'm trying to deal with that type of thing. I'm trying to deal with maybe the chapters upon chapters upon chapters, but until then, hey, most high Christ, that's why the most high put me and brother together. So, most high in Christ, and most high Christ to the house of Solomon. His river fire. We thank them for allowing us to be with them in their study session. So once again, we thank y'all for allowing us to be in y'all study session with y'all. And hopefully other couples can build some strength off of this, and more people actually join in when we do it.
Yes, sir.
So with that, let's go ahead. I'll let you tell me what we started at tonight, and then I'm just following along pretty much.
So tonight we're going to jump in and start off at Leviticus chapter 14. So that's what we're going to kick it off at. All right.
Because I was looking at something, and I was like, dang, didn't we read this already?
At 14?
Yeah, didn't we read about it?
That means we had started at 14 and we're still getting to 15. And I see what you're talking about. Because I'm reading right now.
Yeah, we already covered the lepers and all of that.
Yeah, we covered that. So from there, that's how that we have. That's the chapter we finished off on. So we're going to get into Leviticus chapter 15 tonight. It's my fault, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, that's my fault.
Let's make sure we looking at it, make sure you ain't already read this.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, so when you read this,
All right, so we're going to pick up at Leviticus 15, and of course, y'all know me, it's hard for me to just sit. So I'll probably be pulling as we're going. For the most part, I'm going to follow along.
Leviticus chapter 15 and verse 1. Leviticus chapter 15 and verse 1. But the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying, speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, when any man have a violent issue out of his flesh, because of this issue he is unclean. Yeah, that was heavy.
That's the drip. That's disease. That's drip coming out of the knee. That's disease right there.
And this shall be his uncleanness in his issue. Whether his flesh run with his issue, or his flesh be stopped from his issue, it is his uncleanness. Every bed whereon he lieth that hath the issue, that hath the issue is unclean, and everything whereon he sitteth shall be unclean. And whosoever toucheth his bed shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean unto the evening. And he that sitteth on anything whereon he sat, when he that sitteth on anything whereon he sat that hath the issue shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean unto the evening. And he that toucheth the flesh of him that hath the issue shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean unto the evening. And if he that hath the issue spit upon him that is clean, then he shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean unto the evening. Oh man, and whatsoever he writeth upon that hath the issue shall be unclean. And whosoever touches anything that was under him shall be unclean unto the evening. And he that beareth any of those things shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean unto the evening. And whomsoever he toucheth that hath the issue, and hath not rinsed his hands in water, he shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean unto the evening. And the vessel of earth that he toucheth, which hath the issue, shall be broken, and every vessel of wood shall be rinsed in water. When he hath the issue, and when he that hath an issue is unclean, is cleansed of his issue, then he shall number to himself 7 days, who is clean, and wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in running water, it shall be clean. And on the 8th day he shall take to him 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, and come before the Lord unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and give them unto the priest. And the priest shall offer them, the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord for his issue. And if any man see the population go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water, and be unclean unto the evening. And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation shall be washed with water, and be unclean unto the evening. The woman also with whom man shall lie with the seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water, and be unclean unto the evening. And if a woman have an issue, and her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days. And whosoever touches her shall be unclean unto the evening. And everything that she lieth upon in her separation shall be unclean. Everything also that she set upon shall be unclean. And whosoever toucheth her bed shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean unto the evening. And whosoever touches anything that she set upon shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in the water, and be unclean unto the evening. And if it be on her bed, or on anything whereon she sitteth, when he toucheth it, he shall be unclean unto the evening. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and all the bed whereon he sitteth shall be unclean. And if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, or if it run beyond the time of her separation, all the days of the issue of her uncleanness shall be as the days of separation. She shall be unclean. Every bed whereon she lieth all the days of her issue shall be unto her as the bed of her separation. But whatsoever she sitteth upon shall be unclean, as the uncleanness of her separation. And whosoever toucheth those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean unto the evening. But if she be cleansed of her issue, then she shall remember to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And on the 8th day she shall take unto her and on the 8th day she shall take unto her 2 turtles, 2 young pigeons, and bring them unto the priest to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her before the Lord for the issue of her uncleanness. Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness, when they defile my tabernacle that is among them. This is the law of them that hath an issue, and of him whose seed goeth from him, and is defiled therewith. And of her, and of her that is sick of her flower, and of him that hath an issue of the man, and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her that is unclean. Chapter 16 and verse 1. Leviticus chapter 16 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses after the death of the 2 sons of Aaron, when they offered before the Lord and died. And the Lord said unto Moses, speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place within the veil before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he die not. For I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. Thus shall Aaron come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the holy linen coat, and he shall have the linen breeches upon his face. It shall be girded with a little it shall be girded with it shall be girded with a linen girdle, and with the linen mirth shall he be attired. These are holy garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and so put them on. And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of the goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for a burnt offering. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering, which is for him, and make an atonement for himself and for his house. And he shall take the 2 goats and present them before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron shall cast lots above the 2 goats, one for the Lord, and the other lot for the scapegoat. And Aaron shall bring the goat upon which the Lord's lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot failed to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Lord to make an atonement with him, and to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. And Aaron shall bring the bullock of sin offering, which is for himself, and shall make an atonement for himself and for his house, and shall kill the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself. And he shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire from off the altar before the Lord, and his hands full of sweet incense beaten small, and bring it within the veil. And he shall put the incense upon the fire before the Lord, that the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony, that he die not. And he shall take of the blood of the bullock and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward. And before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle the blood with his finger 7 times. Then shall he kill the goat of the sin offering. Then he shall kill the goat of the sin offering that is for the people, and bring his blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat, and before the mercy seat. And he shall make an atonement for the holy place, because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and because of the transgressions and all their sins. And so shall he do for the tabernacle of the congregation, and remaineth among them in the midst of the uncleanness. And there shall be no man in the tabernacle of the congregation when he goes in to make an atonement in the holy place, until he come out and have made an atonement for himself, and for his household, and for all the congregation of Israel. And he shall go out unto the altar that is before the Lord, and make an atonement for it, and shall take of the blood of the bullock, and of the blood of the goat, and put it upon the horns of the altar round about. And he shall sprinkle of blood upon it with his finger 7 times, and cleanse it, and hallow it from the uncleanness of the children of Israel. And when he had made an end of reconciliating the holy place, the tabernacle of the congregation, and the altar, he shall bring the live goat. And Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat, and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel, and all their transgressions and all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness. And the goat shall bear upon him all the iniquities of the land I inhabited, and he shall let go the goat in the wilderness. Okay. That's it. Okay. And Aaron shall come into the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall put off the linen garments, which he put on, which he went into the holy place, and shall leave them there. And he shall wash his flesh with water in the holy place, and put on his garments, and come forth and offer his burnt offering, and the burnt offering of the people, and make an atonement for himself and for the people. And the fat of the sin offering shall be burned upon the altar, and he shall let go the goat for the scapegoat, shall wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in water, and afterward come into the camp. And the bullock for the sin offering, and the goat for the sin offering, whose blood was burned to make an atonement in the holy place, till one came forth without the camp, and they shall burn in the fire their skins, and their flesh, and their dung. And he that burneth them shall wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in water, and afterward he shall come into the camp. And this shall be a statute forever unto you, that in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, ye shall afflict your souls, and do no work at all, whether it be of your own country, or a stranger that shall try you among you.
Right, now y'all know what that's talking about, right?
You said right here what it's talking about? Yeah.
Right. For those who might not know off top, just get Leviticus 23:27 real quick.
Okay. Leviticus 23:27. Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 27. Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 27. Also, on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. There shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Right. So that right there is a direct correlation that y'all see exactly what that verse that we just read was talking about. Which is the Day of Atonement, the day that you afflict your soul, the 7th month, 10th day.
Right. It's a day of atonement. That's the most important time. And get yourself right. For on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you, to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before the Lord. There shall be a Sabbath of rest unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls by a statute forever. And the priest whom he shall anoint, and whom he shall consecrate to minister in the priest's office in his father's seed, shall make the atonement, and shall put on the linen clothes, even the holy garments. And he shall make an atonement for the holy sanctuary, and he shall make an atonement for the tabernacle of the congregation, and for the altar, and he shall make an atonement for the priest, and for all the people of the congregation. And this shall be an everlasting statute unto you, to make an atonement for the children of Israel for all their sins once again. And he did as the Lord commanded Moses. Leviticus chapter 17 and verse 1. Leviticus chapter 17 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron, and to his sons, and to all the congregation, and to all the children of Israel, and saying to them, this is the thing which the Lord hath commanded, saying, what man soever there be of the house of Israel that killeth an ox, or a lamb, or goat in the camp, or that killeth it out of the camp, and bring it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer an offering unto the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord, blood shall be imputed unto that man. He hath shed blood, and that man shall be cut off from among his people. That was it. To the end that the children of Israel may bring their sacrifices, which they may offer in the open field, even that they may bring them unto the Lord, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, unto the priest, and offer them for peace offering unto the Lord. And the priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar of the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and burn the fat for a sweet savor unto the Lord. And they shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils, after whom they have gone a whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout the generations. And thou shalt say unto them, whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers which sojourn among you, that offer a burnt offering or sacrifice, and bringeth it not unto the door of the congregation, and bringeth it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer it unto the Lord, even that man shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever man that be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that sojourneth among you eat blood. And whatsoever man that be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, which hunteth and catcheth any beast of fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof, and cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh. The blood of it is okay. My phone down. For it is the flesh of all flesh. For it is the life of the flesh. The blood of it is for the life of thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh, for the life of all flesh is the blood thereof. Whosoever eateth it shall be cut off. And every soul that eateth that which dieth itself, or that which was formed with beasts, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger, he shall also wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean unto the eater. Then shall he be clean. But if he wash them not, nor bathe his flesh, then he shall bear his iniquity. Leviticus chapter 18, 1. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwell, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whether I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinance. Ye shall do my judgments, and keep my ordinance to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord. None of you shall oppose to any that is nailed king to him, to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. The nakedness of thy father, or the nakedness of thy mother, shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother, thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness the nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father. Okay. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover.
All right, so what we just so y'all can see, because now we're starting to get into things where we can put, context, precepts, all that type of stuff. This is going into immoral sex acts, right?
Right.
Incest and stuff like that.
Right.
Now, one thing we know is don't do it. Hold on, what verse is this?
We in verse 8 right now.
You must never have sexual relations with close relatives. We know that, right?
Right.
So then it goes into don't have get verse 7.
Verse 7. Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 7. Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 7. The nakedness of thy father, or the nakedness of thy mother, shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. All right. You read?
Yeah. So it says thou shalt not sleep with 7 was about sleeping with your father and sleeping with your mother.
Right.
Right. Go ahead.
All right. Verse 8. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness.
Right. Now, Deuteronomy 27 and 20.
Deuteronomy chapter 27 and verse 20. Deuteronomy chapter 27 and verse 20. Cursed be he that lieth with his father's wife, because he uncovereth his father's skirt. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Right. So now we precept it. You know, it says curses he that lieth with his father's wife. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we read clearly right here in the law that you shouldn't be doing this. So this is an act of incest or fornication, which is against our sex laws. It's immoral for us. Go back to where we was at.
Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 9. Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 9. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or daughter of thy mother, whether she is born at home or abroad.
Right, so that's going into your sister, right? Or it could be even. Well, she's still your sister, but y'all might not even have the same mother, but she can be. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can share the same father. Anything that goes with your sister, you can't lay with her. That's a moral sexual act. Where do we see in the scripture somebody broke that?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Does he want to have to bring her some woman her by herself to bring him some food?
Right.
He's sick. So he was in Samuel's, right?
Yeah. So that's just another example of these immoral sex acts.
Right.
You go ahead.
All right. The naked, okay. Okay, yeah. Even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thy own nakedness.
So you should not uncover the nakedness of your daughter-in-law, which is your son's wife, and vice versa. Or you should not uncover your brother's wife. Which I'm looking too far here.
The nakedness of thy father's, okay, the nakedness of thy father's wife, wife's daughter, begotten of thy father. She is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's near kinswoman.
Meaning your auntie.
Right. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy mother's near kinswoman.
Again, your auntie.
Right. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. Thou shalt not approach to his wife. She is thine aunt.
So you can't mess with your uncle and your uncle's wife.
Right. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness.
Self-explanatory.
Right. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness.
It's like looking at your brother ass naked. That's his wife.
That's it. 17. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter.
Now that's why y'all hold on. God damn, you started to flash slow. But basically, it's don't take that's what these brothers who be looking at these. Oh damn, mama fine as hell too.
Yeah.
You can't have the mama and the daughter.
Heard a lot of their feelings there.
Mm-hmm.
Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness. For they are her near kinswomen. It is wickedness. Verse 18. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex her, to uncover her nakedness besides the other in her lifetime.
Right, so you can't talk to sisters. You can't deal with sisters. Especially if one of them still alive. So I'm guessing this means if one sister passed off, whatever. Yeah, shouldn't be. You can't date with sisters, okay? Stop. I know the fantasy I painted to y'all, man, you get you some twins. Nah, you can't deal with the twins. Go ahead.
Also, thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her unclean.
Right. She on her cycle.
Game over for the boys.
Yeah, you nasty. I ain't gonna do that.
That's the people there. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her. All right. To defile thyself with her. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Moloch. I'm sorry. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Moloch. There, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Or I am the Lord. Thou shalt not lie with mankind, as with womankind. It is an abomination. I know they ain't like that. Thou shalt not lie with mankind, as with womankind. It is abomination. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. Defile not yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled which I cast out before you. And the land is defiled. Therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it. And the land itself vomiteth out her inhabitants. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. For all these abominations have the man of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled, that the land spew not you out also when ye defile it, as it spew out the nations that were before you. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the soul that committed them shall be cut off from among their people. Therefore keep ye, therefore keep ye I'm sorry, I keep fucking up. Therefore shall ye keep my ordinance, that ye commit not any of these abominations, customs, these abominable customs which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am the Lord your God.
It's crazy. These people be living. Oh my God, yeah. Listen, if niggas wasn't doing it, they wouldn't be in here telling us not to do it.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna put that turn the camera back on. But they wasn't doing it, they would be telling us not to. This is the type of stuff that we were seeing happen in Egypt. Heavy. It was good. Like I said, it's always good. See, we read these things, and y'all might not hear us say a lot through the readings on this because, you know, we've read this a lot, but it's always good to go back through it.
Right.
So, we covered it. What's the point here on 19? Point here.
So that's what
Yeah. Go to the Father. And we move on.
all right. Now, this is something that I began to myself, and I'd like y'all to read along with. And that's in Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 1. Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 1. Behold my servant whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth the judgments. He shall bring forth the judgments of the Gentiles. He shall not cry nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. A bruised reed shall he not break, and the smoke flame shall he not quench. He shall bring forth the judgment unto truth. He shall not fail nor be discouraged, till he have set judgment in the earth. And the house shall wait for his law. Thus saith God the Lord, he that created the heavens and stretched them out, he that spreadeth forth the earth, and that which cometh out of it, he that giveth breath unto the people. He that giveth breath unto the people upon it, and spirit to them that walk therein. I, the Lord, have called thee in righteousness, and will hold thy hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prisons, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house. I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory will not give to another, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and it springs from the end of the earth. Ye that go down to the sea, and all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof. Let the wilderness and the cities thereof lift up their voice. The villages that Kedar doth inhabit, let the inhabitants of the rock sing. Let them shout from the top of the mountains. Let them give glory unto the Lord and declare his praise in the highlands. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up all their herbs. And I will make the rivers islands and will dry up the pools. And I will bring the blind by a way that they do not. I will lead them in paths that they have not known. I will make darkness light before them and crooked things straight. These things will I do unto them and not forsake them. They shall be turned back. They shall be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images, that say to the molten images, ye are gods, ye are our gods. Hear ye deaf and look ye blind, that ye may see. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant? Seeing many things, but thou observest not. Opening the ears, but hearest not. The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness, for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for prey, and none delivered, for a spoil, and none saith restore. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for his spoil, and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord? He against whom we have sinned, for they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. Therefore he poured upon him the fury of his anger, and the strength of battle, and it hath set him on fire round about, yet he knew not, and it burnt him, yet he laid it not to harm. Isaiah chapter 43. But now thus the Lord, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by the name. Thou art mine. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. For I am the Lord thy God, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Sabia for thee. Since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee. Therefore will I give men for thee and people for thy life. Fear not, I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far, and my daughters from the end of the earth. Even everyone that is called by my name, for I have created him from my glory. I have formed him, yea, I have made him. Bring forth the blind people that have eyes, and the deaf that have ears. Let all the nations be gathered together, and let the people be assembled. Who among them can declare this, and show us former things? Let them bring forth their witness, that they may be justified. Or let them hear and say, it is true. It is truth. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. I am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior. I have declared and have said, and I have showed. When there was no strange God among you, therefore ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord. Says the Lord, that I am God. Yea, before the day was I am he. And there is none that can deliver out of my hand. I will work, and who will let go? Thus saith the Lord, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. For your sake I have sent to Babylon, and have brought down all their nobles, and the Chaldeans, whose cry is in the ships. I am the Lord, your Holy One, the Creator of Israel, your King. Thus saith the Lord, which maketh the way in the sea, and the path in the mighty waters, which bring forth the chariots and horses, the army and the power. They shall lie down together, they shall not rise. They are extinct, they are quenched as tow. Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. But, behold, I will do a new thing. Now shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. The beasts of the field shall honor me in the house, because I give waters in the wilderness and rivers in the deserts to give drink to my people, my chosen. This people have I formed for myself. They shall show forth my praise. But thou hast not called upon me, O Jacob. But thou hast been wearying of me, O Israel. Thou hast not brought me the small cattle of thy burnt offerings. Neither hast thou honored me with thy sacrifices. I have not caused thee to serve with an offering, nor wearied thee with incense. Thou hast bought me no sweet cane with money. Neither hast thou filled me with the fat of thy sacrifices. But thou hast made me to serve with thy sins. Thou hast wearied me with thy iniquities. I, even I, am he that blotted out thy transgressions for my own sake, and will not remember thy sins. Put me in remembrance. Let us plead together. Declare thou, that thou mayest be justified. Thy first father hath sinned, and thy teachers have transgressed against me. Therefore I have profaned the princes of the sanctuary, and have given Jacob to the curse, and Israel to reproaches. Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 1. Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob my servant, and Israel whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord that made thee, and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob my servant, thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and flood upon the ground, upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. All right. Thus saith the Lord, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, I am the first, and I am the last, and beside me there is no God. And who, as I shall call and shall declare it, and set it in order for me, since I appointed the ancient people, and the things that are coming and shall come, let them show unto them. Forgive me, hold on. Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and I have declared it? Thank you. You gotta open it. Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and I have declared it? You are even my witness. Is there a God beside me? Yea, there is no God. I know not him. They that make the great image are all of them, and their detestable things shall not be profited, and they are their own witnesses. They see not, nor know, that they may be ashamed. Who has formed a God, or molds in a great image that is profitable for nothing? Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed, and the workmen, they are of men. Let them all be gathered together, let them stand up. Yet they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed together. The smith with the tongues of both is hungry, and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and is faint. The carpenter stretched out his ruler. He marketh it out with a line. He fitteth it with planes, and he marketh it out with the compass, and maketh it after the figure of a man, according to the beauty of a man, that it may remain in the house. He hew him down cedars and take the cypress out of the oak, which he strengthened for himself among the trees of the forest. He planted and relaxed in the rain of the north. Then shall it be for a man to burn, for he will take thereof and warm himself. Yea, he kindleth it and baketh the bread. Yea, he maketh a god and worshipeth it. He maketh it a graven image and falleth down thereto. He burneth part thereof in the fire, with part thereof he eateth flesh. He roasteth roast, and is satisfied. Yea, he warmed himself and said, a warm, I have seen the fire. And the residue thereof he maketh a god, even his graven image. He falleth down unto it and worshipeth it, and prayeth unto it, and said, deliver me, for thou art my God. They have not known nor understood, for he hath set his eyes, and they cannot see, in their hearts, that they cannot understand. And none consider in his heart, neither is there knowledge nor understanding to say, I have burned part of it in the fire. Yea, also I have baked bread upon the coal thereof. I have roasted flesh and eaten it. And shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Shall I fall down to the stock of a tree? He feedeth on asses. A deceived heart hath turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, is there any? Nor say, is there not a lie in my right hand? Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. Saying, O ye heavens, for the Lord hath done a shout, ye lower parts of the earth. Break forth into singing, ye mountains, O forest and every tree therein. For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob and glorified himself in Israel. Thus saith the Lord thy Redeemer, thus saith the Lord thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord that maketh all things, that stretch forth the heavens alone, and spreadeth abroad the earth by myself, that frustrateth the tokens of the liars, and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backwards, and maketh the knowledge foolish, that confirmeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers, that said to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited, and to the city of Judah, ye shall be built, and I will rise up the decayed places thereof, and say to the deep, be dry, and I will dry up thy rivers. Thus saith of Cyrus, he is my shepherd, and shall perform all my pleasure. Even saying to Jerusalem, thou shalt be built, and to the temple, thou foundations shall be laid. Thou foundations shall be laid. Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 5. Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 5. Thus saith the Lord to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden, to subdue nations before him. And I will loosen the lions of kings, to open before him the two-legged gates, and the gates shall not be shut. And I will go before thee and make the crooked place straight. I will break into pieces the gates of brass and cut and shut the bars of iron. And I will give thee the treasure of darkness.
Hold on. But did we jump from 44 to 45 and 5?
No.
You read?
That was Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 3.
All right, let me. Oh, okay. I'm in the wrong chapter. Go ahead. Yeah, I was looking at another chapter, and then when I looked over, I'm seeing verse 5. So I'm like, hold on. Okay, so I'm looking at another book, another chapter, 1 through 4, and then I looked back down and was back at 45.
I got you.
Slovakia.
So Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 3. I will give you the treasures of darkness and the riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which called thee by thy name, am the God of Israel. For Jacob my servant saying, in Israel my elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee. Though thou hast not known, I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee. Though thou hast no name, though thou hast not known, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace. Let's go. Go ahead. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all of these things. Drop down the heavens from above and let the skies pour down righteousness. Let the earth open and let them bring forth salvation, and let righteousness spring up together. I, the Lord, have created. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Let the post-shred strive with the post-shred. Okay, I know what that was. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Let the potsherd strive with the potsherd of the earth. Shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, what makest thou? Or thy work? He hath no hands.
Y'all know all of this is precepted, multiple times in Roman.
Right.
So Romans 9, 20, 21. So you go with what this is going into.
Okay, gosh. Woe unto him that saith unto his father, what begettest thou? Unto the woman, what hast thou brought forth? Thus, I'm sorry, that messed me up. Thus saith the Lord, the Holy One of Israel and his maker, ask me of things to come concerning my sons, and concerning the works of my hands, commanded ye me. I have made the earth and created man upon it. I, even my hands, have stretched out the heavens, and all their hosts have I commanded. I have raised them up in righteousness, and I will direct all his ways. He shall build my city, and he shall let go my captives, not for price nor reward, saith the Lord of hosts. Thus saith the Lord, the maker of Egypt, and merchandises of Ethiopia, and of Sabians, men of stature shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine. They shall come after thee in chains, they shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely God is in thee, and there is none else, so there is no God.
That's right. They going in chains, baby. That's what y'all just read. Coming.
That's right.
Our slaves. We're reading about the future. Most are in Christ. I'm not future slaves.
Well, that's all good. Yes, sir.
So if y'all ever want to know, were we lying when we said the kingdom is waiting and there's a place where we will get that these nations will be our slaves? They're going to be servants to us. We're reading it here. Don't think the kingdom, as some brothers are now teaching, the kingdom is just for everybody and all that. No, it will be there, but up under us.
Right.
No, sir. Right. So the kingdom will bring down slavery. It will have slavery will exist.
Yes, sir. shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely God is in thee, and there is none else. There is no God. Verily thou art a God, thou hidest thyself, O God of Israel, the Savior. They shall be ashamed, and also confounded, all of them. They shall go to confusion together that are makers of idols. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. Praise God. For thus saith the Lord that created the heavens, God himself that formed the earth and made it, he hath established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it. He formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek me. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, the Lord, speak righteousness. I declare things that are right. Assemble yourselves and come. Draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations. They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven image and pray unto God that cannot save. Tell ye and bring them near. Yea, let them take counsel together. Who have declared this from ancient time? Who have declared this from ancient time? Who have told it from that time? I am the Lord, and there is no God else beside me. A just God and a Savior, there is none beside me. Look unto me, and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth, for I am God, there is none else. I have sworn by myself, the word is going out of my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear. Surely shall one say in the Lord surely shall one say, in the Lord have I righteousness and strength. Even to him shall man come, and all that are and all that is intent against him shall be ashamed. And the Lord shall all the seed of Israel be justified and shall glory.
We officially crossed over the hour mark.
Amen. Also, read. Chapter 46 and a half.
All right, so we get here, brothers. Chapter 40. You want to chapter 46?
Yes, sir. That volume is pretty good. Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 1. Baal bows down. Nebo stoppeth. Their idols were upon the beast and upon the cattle. Their carriages were heavy loaded. They are a burden to the weary beast. They stoop. They bow down together. They could not deliver the burden, but themselves are gone into captivity. Hearken unto me, O house of Jacob, and O the remnant of the house of Israel, which are born by me from the belly, which are carried from the womb. And even to your old age I am he, and even to hoary hair will I carry you. I have made and I will bear, even I will carry and will deliver. To whom will ye liken me, and make me equal, and compare me? That will what? To whom will ye liken me, and make me equal, and compare me, that we may be alike? They lavish gold out of the bag, and weigh silver in the balance, and hire a goldsmith, and he maketh it a god. They fall down, yea, they worship. They bear him upon the shoulder. They carry him and set him in his place, and he is standing. From his place shall he not remove. Yea, one shall cry unto him, yet can he not answer, nor save him out of his trouble. Remember this, and show yourself man. Bring it again to mind, O you transgressor. Remember the former things of old. I am God, and there is none else. I am God, and there is none like me. Declaring the end from the beginning, And from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Calling a ravenous bird from the east, and the man that executed my counsel from a far country. Yea, I have spoken it. I will also bring it to pass. I have purposed it. I will also do it. Hearken unto me, ye stout-hearted, that are far from righteous. Hearken unto me, ye stout-hearted, that are far from righteousness. I will bring near my righteousness. It shall not be far off, for my salvation shall not tarry. And I will place salvation in Zion for Israel, my glory. Christ.
So,
47.
reading man. That's what we do. Just going through it, get some bread out of this thing daily, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all letting me follow each other, carry out the thing, you're reading and studying. The Lord's will to get more people to join in and read this together.
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's in place. We will catch y'all. We will catch y'all as soon as possible to bring out some more spiritual food, some more scriptures. And Most High in Christ. Shalom, Most High in Christ. Shalom, Most High in Christ, one nation. Shalom to the sister. Shalom to all those who may see it later. With that, we pray we catch y'all on next one now for your spirit our life. Shalom, Most High in Christ.
Shalom, Most High in Christ.